All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's Cryptic Crossword for Thursday, November 21st. Just a warning, my Wi-Fi, my internet is out in the house, so I'm tethered to my cell phone. I'm amazed I got this to work, but let's see if everything works as it should. Crossword today is set by Chandler. Let's see what he has for us. Electrician touring a fine Arab island and sights to see game, question mark. All right, so I'm thinking that's the definition, but it might be a bit loose to see game. I wonder if it could be pheasants and such. An electrician, I remember it used to always be the nickname Sparky for an electrician. So I wonder if it could be S and then maybe, oh, could it be Sparks instead of Sparky? Maybe that's an alternative. And so it's going to be something Parks. Fine is usually F, so maybe A. I don't know what to do with the Arab island though. But safari parks now. I suppose big game, perhaps, in the definition. So Sparks does go around. A for A, fine is F. And then Arab must be AR. Is that a known abbreviation for Arab? And then I for island, I suppose? We'll double check that at 15 squared. But that's a good one to get. Oh, and just like yesterday, a nice grid. By the way, yesterday I really struggled, and there was a comment. Oh, I can't remember the commenter's handle now, but said it made them feel better seeing that I struggled too. And I think that's the reason I put up these videos. There are some amazing solvers on YouTube. Simon and Mark from Cracking the Cryptic and David Webb. They're amazing. I mean, they just read a clue and the answer comes to them. I know Simon does it slowly for his Friday solve. But then, when he does the quick cryptic at the end, he just races through it. So I think probably most solvers are like me, where we just muddle through and there's a lot of guesswork. Anyway, so let's see what we can do with these starting letters. Engineer, to shake up, new lot, being dim-witted. Just as a phrase for being dim-witted, I'm wondering if it's slow on the uptake. I think engineer might be an anagram indicator. To shake up, new lot. It gives us the W in new. Excuse me. A little disappointing that up is simply up, if I'm right, but I feel confident that is that. Fashion designer giving distant greeting. I'm wondering if distant is far. Greeting then might be high. Is there a fashion designer? Fari, far high, Farhi. I am having terrible flashbacks to Farah slacks. I don't know if any of you out there are my age, and like me, your mother insisted on buying you Farah slacks, which were so uncool in the 70s. Although maybe for some people they were cool, but I thought they were terrible. I just wanted to wear jeans. Anyway, yeah, let me pause and look up Farhi. Yes, there is a Nicole Farhi. I hope I'm saying that right. She's now married to David Hare, and so she's Lady Hare. All right, not familiar with her, but I think it's easy enough from the wordplay. Disown, green in a nervous state for all to see over energy. Well, it definitely seems like wordplay at the end, so I think the definition is probably disown. Oh, there is an RE. I presume it's going to be an anagram of green, green in a nervous state. And then over an E for energy, but what's for all to see? Yeah, maybe green is just the letter G or something. I should think of a word for disown. Not renege, but something like that. No, let's go on. Normal bargain to get vegetable. Well, normal, the standard is par, and a bargain might be a snip, and that would give you a parsnip. Detective, when snubbed, has dry line about a counter argument. Well, detective is usually used in wordplay. There's so many abbreviations. PI, I suppose, maybe. When snubbed. Snubbed, of course, being, I suppose, socially cut or something. But I think it can be literally cut, as in a snub nose. So I think it might be a word for detective that we shorten. Dry can be sec, line can be L. Oh, and that might go about A. And I think the definition then is counter argument. Oh, I'm thinking it might be rebuttal would be a counter argument. I think the detective is Rebus. I still haven't read any. I know we discussed him in a previous crossword. I need to get on that. Oh, and dry is our usual TT for teetotal, although yesterday we had AA for Alcoholics Anonymous. But the TT and the L do go about an A. Yeah, I was thinking about the AL ending that gave me that one. All right, retail accessory, excuse me, designed for one, organizing groups, parties, etc. So I'm thinking it's a social secretary. Yeah, that's, I was just counting the letters in secretary. I think it might be an anagram of retail accessory, which is amazing. That's quite an anagram. Oops, and quite mistyping by me. How about that? All right, let's try and get this 7 down. Would give us some good starters. Habits in American games company from the South. Or I think it might be habits as the definition, because from the South in a down clue suggests we're going to reverse. American might be ARUS. And a games company, oh, it might be a 4 or 5 letter. Atari, maybe? And habits, I think, are probably going to be some clothing of some kind. Um, yeah, I'm not quite seeing that, so I think I need some letters. Let's go back to the acrosses. Part of Highland outfit, well, looking at the O and the R, I'm thinking sporran. Rushed to get behind a lot of shinty, say. Shinty, I think, is that field game. I think it's a bit like Irish hurling or camogie. And yeah, I think it's just an example of a sport. So we have a lot of that. And then rushed is ran, which gets behind the sport. All right, novel. I'm looking at the word and I'm thinking Rubicon. Novel park with area fringing British city. Maybe it's a novel. Oh, Rebecca, I think. Let's see how Rebecca would work. Novel. So what's the park with area? Well, the area I think is the A at the end, and that fringes or goes around. Oh, B is British, and the city I know from watching those solvers I mentioned earlier can be the postcode of the financial city in London, EC. So then the park is a wreck. Yeah, all right. Good club, first to last, with new information in Dutch city. I'm thinking it might be a Dutch city, but I'm not thinking of one that is going to match here. No, good might be G. Oh, I'm wondering if club first to last means we reverse the name of the club. And I'm thinking an iron backwards would give us NORI. And then with new information, oh, I think new and then information can be Gen. What city is that? I do, the ending sounds familiar, but uh, I mean, I don't think Gnoringen is one. Um, all right, I'm going to cheat and look up a list of Dutch cities. It is Groningen. All right, how did I get the... Oh, I think... Yeah, so I think I misread it as writing the golf club backwards, but it actually is just saying move the first letter, the I, to the end. So it is G, Ron I, and then our new gen, of course, Groningen. I have heard of it. All right, now our habits. American, yeah, might be US. And then the games company, yes, is Sega. I was thinking Atari. Um, but then it's reversed and that gives us usages. So it's not clothing habits. It actually is, I suppose, things you're used to doing. All right, this is something like, it could be renagle or, yeah, not quite sure of that. All right, let's go back here. Form of intonation in Ireland without excellent speaking, ultimately. So I presume it's a form of intonation. Is that in speech or in music? Oh, like a twang, maybe. Could be a form of speaking. Yes. So I think the island is Taiwan without the AI, which is A1 or excellent. And then speaking ultimately is the last letter of speaking, the G. All right, how about this? Profit or thing say with it to support 50% of commercial exchange. Oh dear. Yeah, there's so much in that. Things say sounds, could be a homophone, could be EG with it. I wonder if we're going to literally have IT in there. Or it can also be sex appeal, SA. to support 50% of commercial exchange. I'm wondering if commercial exchange is a sale and we just have maybe the SA. Oh, I'm getting SA twice. RLE. Profit. If it is a profit word beginning with SA, no. All right, startled on a regular basis to get Indonesian dish. Well, every other letter of startled would be SATE. Is, well, I mean, that's just sate, but I'm wondering if it's related to satay. Maybe it's another spelling of satay. Let me pause and look that up. Yes, it is spelled SATE in Indonesia. I suppose with the AY, probably an anglicization of that. All right, monitor, replacement of open basket. I think it might mean monitor and keep tabs on, I think. Oh, I think it's an anagram of open basket. All right. That's a funny anagram. I mean, you would not just looking at it think you would get open basket from keep tabs on. There we go. Place never analyzed for currency. Could it be an anagram of place never? I've just gotten the habit of looking at the word letter count in the words and seeing we match our 10. Funny, but currency might not be a monetary currency. It might be something being current, being modern, being, I'm not sure what it would be. I think I need more letters for that though. Dishonest, scheme, infiltrating this campus. A very simple hidden clue. Dishonest, scheme, even just looking at the word, thought of scam, and it's hidden within this campus. All right, I don't have any letters, so I don't know why I'm looking at this, but economy concealing a collection of financial debts makes one wary. No. Annoyance over time in transportation of oil, question mark. So something funny going on there, but I think we are going to put maybe a 5-letter word for annoyance over T for time. Oh, or it could be a shorter word over a age, maybe, or era, but transportation of oil, tanker, no. I do want to get to 20 down. Account for former proposal to acquire Center for Dairy. I think it might be an account. Former proposal, I don't know what that might be, but I think it might then acquire or contain the Center for Dairy might simply be, could be just the I, or it could be AIR. An account. No. Colin is free to grab a new dessert. Just Colin distracts me there because lately I've been starting Wordle with stare, which has not come up yet. I'm hoping to get another Wordle in one. I've done it once already. And then if, depending on what I hit, Colin I use, apparently it's a valid word for Wordle. Don't ask me what it means, but I've had good success with that. Anyway, Colin is free. Oh, maybe Colin is 7 letters. Free might tell us to anagram. anagram, but no, to grab maybe it's Colin we anagram with 5 letters, and then that grabs A plus N for new to give a dessert. I'm better on desserts than I am on vegetables or seafood. No, I'm not seeing it. All right. Manage to reach party. So I think just thinking party is usually do. A phrase that means manage is to make do. So I suppose if you reach a certain goal, you make it that far. So I think that's how that works. All right, let's go back to the crosses. Investigator twice, beginning to tail flyer. Well, I said earlier an detective might be a PI. So we have that twice, and then the beginning letter of tail. Pipit, one of my favorite birds. I just like the cut of their jib. Anyway, nick by stream to get something resembling gold. I think it might be that fool's gold. I thought it was called feldspar, but maybe I'm thinking of something else. So I think it's going to be a charade, a word for nick, which could be steal, pinch, or cut. By stream, could be a creek. Oh, there's some other. Oh, beck, I think, can be a stream as well. Something resembling gold. No, I need more letters for that. In short, very good introduction in Spain for alternative to bacon and eggs, question mark. Wow. I don't know what the in short is doing. We generally don't need something telling us to shorten words. It's just a given in cryptic crosswords. You can abbreviate, unless it's a word that doesn't have an abbreviation, then you might see short, but very V is common and G. In Spain, yeah, could it be, I don't know if it's going to be a Spanish dish or I'm just being misled by the surface here. All right, leaving pair from the east around start of this conflict. Yeah, I wonder if it could be leaving, maybe? Pair from the east. Conflict, I think war. So I'm wondering if it could be something like outward. Would that be leaving? I suppose as opposed to coming back inward. But pair from the east around start of this might be just be the T. Oh, it is outward. All right. It's a tricky little parsing. The pair is a duo, and we have to have them from the east written backwards. And they do go around of the start of this, the T, and a conflict is a war. All right. European has quip about set in broadcast in a basic way. I'm thinking it's going to mean in a basic way, and it's going to be some kind of adverb. It could be RY, elementary, but I think it might be something Lee. European, I think, is that E. Quip, some word for quip. Set in broadcast, well, Broadcast might indicate an anagram, but I think it might also be a homophone in a basic way. No. All right, one more down. Section in shot. Elevating place for guests. No. I don't think it's a hidden clue. Excuse me. Oh, it is a hidden clue. Okay, so it's a section in shot. Elevating is a hotel, and the definition is place for guests. All right. Now that does give us Nick. I'm going to look up Pinchbeck. I thought that was a person, but it's very familiar. Let me look that up. All right, this is another one I'm able to get by wordplay, which I think is very satisfying for some reason. Probably more so than it should be. But sure enough, it is a town in Lincolnshire, but it's also Christopher Pinchbeck, a London clock and watchmaker, who devised an alloy, a form of brass, alloy of copper and zinc mixed so that it closely resembles gold. All right, I'll try and remember Pinchbeck. All right, what does that help me with? Oh, here's my Colin. Yeah, let's try the anagram helper. It certainly looks like it's Colin plus AN, not Colcannon. Or my cousin Cleona. Oh, Lincoln. No, we have an A that's not in Lincoln. In Cola, Nancoli, a better form of E. coli, I suppose. And Loki. Oh, cannoli, of course. Yes. There we go. Take the cannoli. All right, place never. Oh, this is looking like an anagram of place never. So let's try our luck with the anagram helper for currency. I think it must end in ENCE, maybe? Relevance, I think. Is that right? Relevancy? Yeah, relevance is, oh, prevalence. Ah. Yes, I suppose if something is current, then it is prevalent. Am I going to spell it right? Is it prevalence? Or I think it's prevalence, but let's check that one. It is right. All right. Didn't completely disgrace myself. All right, disown. Oh, why can I just have renege in my head and I can't see anything else. Green in a nervous, state for all to see over the energy. That for all to see is throwing me. Let me pause, drink my water, and think about that. All right, I had to use wordplays.com for this because I was not thinking of any word. This is another thing I've never heard of, I think. I don't remember. And it uses some wordplay that I think is particularly British. So sure enough, it is an anagram of green, and that goes over energy, E. For all to see, of course, is the film rating in Britain, U, for a general audience. So, yeah, this word renege, I presume means disown. All right. Here's our profit. Our thing say with it to support 50% of commercial exchange. Yeah, I'm going to pause and just run through the alphabet for the first letter. And maybe also what comes between the A and the G might be important. All right, I got as far as M, and I was thinking the third letter would be R, N, maybe another G, but a margin would be your profit. Our things say with it, yeah, I'm wondering if it's just saying you can put the two words together, something you say with it, so profit margin, to support 50% of commercial. Yeah, I don't quite get that. Fairly confident. Let's check this. Of course, I'm hoping my Wi-Fi connection through my hotspot is good enough for the check this button to work. All right, the top half is done, thank goodness. Doing a little better than yesterday. We have another P here. Annoyance. Oh, yeah, so I think you can get the pip when you are annoyed. And time is an age. Okay, so pipage must be an obscure word for transportation of oil by pipe. I think that's why we have the question mark. I'm going to check it. It seems to be right. Fingers crossed. All right, that gives us, so in short, very good introduction in Spain. See, I'm wondering if the definition is in short. But I don't know, the very Granada alternative to bacon and eggs. Ooh, how about granola? Ah, I'm just thinking very good in Spanish. Gran Canaria, Gran, or short for grande. But I don't. Yeah, I'm not crazy about that. I won't check it yet. I'll try 15. Economy. Economy can also be, minding your money. I don't know a short word for that though. Concealing a collection. Oh, did I look at this one? Financial debts makes one wary. I think I did, but I don't remember it. A collection of financial debts. Yes, I think is going to be IOUs. I don't think we've seen that for a while. There was a time where I was seeing it quite often. Maybe it was overused, and so they backed off for a while. Um, and so I think it must be cautious would make one wary. Economy. Yeah, so I think if you make economies, you might make cuts, and a cut conceals a. All right. So the granola is looking promising. Still don't understand it though. Oh, I wonder if 26 might be essentially in a basic way. I think we do have an anagram of set in. Yes, there's SENTI is an anagram of set in broadcast. And the quip is a Sally. There we go. All right, 17 now. Account for former. I think maybe to account for something might be to explain. And I think former is X. A proposal would be a plan, and that does acquire the simple I in the middle of dairy. All right, that is everything. Thank goodness. Let's check all. Everything is still there, or is there any theme today? I didn't see one, and I don't think we had very unusual letters. So let's head over to 15 squared. All right, the blog today is by Andrew. Chandler is a regular. Oh, yeah, that's where I've been seeing him lately. Couple of answers here were unfamiliar to me but readily gettable from the clues. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Yeah, so AR is apparently just an abbreviation for Arab. Got everything else, I think, in the acrosses until the granola. So grand is very good, but short version of very good. Plus hola, Spanish greeting. I thought it was HOLA, but am I wrong? Let's see if anyone in the comments. And it's an alternative breakfast, yeah. Then on the downs, if I can read my writing, half of a market, plus gin, a thing served with IT, as in Italian vermouth. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's so tricky. First of all, to think of a market, I suppose it is an obvious word for a commercial exchange, but then read IT, something with IT. Oh boy. All right. And then I think I got all of these. Oh, so Andrew wasn't familiar with cannoli. All right. Not a fan of The Godfather, I suppose. So Nigel found it more suitable for the Cryptic, but Crispy thought tougher than the Cryptics. I definitely thought. And surely the Spanish greeting has the H. Yeah. More Portugal than Spain, I think. Yeah. So Ronald is complaining that never come across a cryptic that involved quite as much retro parsing. Oh, I don't mind the retro parsing. I think it adds to the fun. Hola is the introduction. Seems odd if in short, taking off. Right, I wonder if Chandler. Oh, Crispy confirms my wife studied Spanish at university. Yeah, I'm just checking to see if Chandler shows up. Oh, and here's a Renee. So maybe it's just another spelling of Renee. Okay. Um, Ein Galician, it's Ola. Okay. Um, anyway, all very exciting, but doesn't butter any parsnips. Who are all these people who know cannoli only from films? You're missing out on one of the world's best desserts. All right. Yeah, I'm not sure if I've ever had a cannoli myself, so I'm going to have to put that on my bucket list. Anyway, thank you as always for watching and have a wonderful day.